We're doing an art stream today, more like arts and crafts. So I had this idea last time on my stream when I was playing Stardew Valley that I would make the little Junimos into a little like beanbag plush. So this is my first attempt that I did yesterday just to kind of test out and see how it would work out. And I've made a couple of adjustments since. For example, there's one image in the save files of Stardew Valley that shows the Junimo with a little mouth right here. And so I put a little mouth in, but I'm not really liking it as much as the cheeks. So I think I'm going to keep the cheeks and take out the mouth for the next one. But I'm going to make another one today. We're going to see how this goes. I've got a couple new methods I'm going to try. So different from what I did yesterday for this guy. And I think he's so cute. I just think he's adorable. And I have the little string at the top to make it look like it's in his antenna. And I was thinking of making him with a different yarn, but the cotton really works well. So I'm hoping to continue using the cotton for this round, and then maybe another time. I've got this like fuzzy, here, let me get it. I've got this fuzzy yarn, super soft. It would be a little more difficult to make one out of this, but I thought maybe one day I'll give it a try, as I think having a soft little Junimo plush would be really, really cute, and definitely worth my time. But for today, for right now, we're gonna stick with the cotton yarn. It's a pretty basic cotton. Makes a nice texture. I tend to like cotton as far as textured yarns go because, especially for like things like hacky sacks or bean bags or something like that, it just has a nice texture to it. So the first thing I'm going to do after I get this knot, let me show you. I've got a little knot here. Hi, thank you. We're going to be making another one of these today. This one was my test run. So I'm going to do some improvements. Hi. So we're actually going to do a little bit of crocheting, a little bit of sewing today. I've got the yarn that we're going to use, and okay, this is kind of weird, but I saw a recommendation on some pattern online that said use an old sock for the beanbag part that you put inside, because the holes that are made with the crochet hook are just a little bit too big, and I'm using rice inside and I don't want the rice to fall out. So we're gonna put it in the sock, sew up the sock, and then put it in a little crocheted ball, and then add the little other bits. So let's hope this works. I didn't do the sock last time. I did a different fabric, which was a little stiff, I think. So this guy's a little bit too stiff for my taste. But he still came out really cute, and I want to put him somewhere that you can see him while I stream, but I don't think I can. I don't think he'll even sit on my shoulder or anything. So we'll just know he's watching over us in the corner. So I've got a new setup today, because after Christmas I had to reorganize my entire room, my entire life. And so now I'm streaming from this corner, which is fine. I like it. And at the moment I'm just tucking in the like the ankle part of the sock into the sock itself, so that we've got the toe here, and this was the ankle. And I'm just kind of stuffing it in more so that I can make a seam that is invisible, but also so it's not too big. I don't want to do too much cutting. I'd rather just kind of like fold it in on itself, sew the edges together, and have the rice in here to make a nice little guy. I might actually need to cut these a little bit, but we'll see when we get to that. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Let me know if you can't hear the music or anything. I tried to turn it up a little bit more, so technical difficulties are normal for me. But I'd love to fix it if there's any issues with it. And There was something else I was gonna say, but I absolutely forgot. I've got rice here with me. That's this crinkling noises you hear. I'm gonna fill this guy up first. So we have our little bean bag, or our rice bag of little rice. It's so cute just standing up. And then we'll get into the crocheting. Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. If you fall in love with one of these little guys, I don't need to keep them all to myself. I would totally be willing to part with one of them if someone wants them. If someone watching the stream is like, I am in love with this and I want it, send me a private message and I will absolutely, work on sending one your way, or, if you want to buy it or something, I don't know. But whatever, anything I make on this art stream, I'm open to giving away or whatever, because I don't need this much stuff in my life, but I love making things, so that's kind of the difficulty there. I like to make things, but I don't like to necessarily keep them. And now I'm going to do the really messy thing of trying to put rice in this sock. How many times can you wake up in the morning and tell someone, today I woke up and I put rice in a sock? That's what I did today. I put rice in my sock. Oh man, I feel okay. I'm going to turn down the music just a little bit. Let's see. Is that any better? Let me know. Honestly, it's just some whole grain brown rice. It was the only rice we had in the house. And I didn't want to, and I mean, it was the biggest bag of rice we had, so I figured doing a couple of these little guys probably wouldn't hurt our household too much, to just put some brown rice in here. And look at all that rice. I'm gonna get rice everywhere with this too. I'm messy. Let's see, I don't want it too full. I like the stretchiness of the socks. See, in this, the fabric I used wasn't very stretchy. And I mean, the cotton's nice, also not very stretchy, but I feel like if you have the extra space inside, then it gives enough, it has enough give, in other words, to have that nice texture of like a, not like a hacky sack, but also just like a, kind of like a stress ball kind of thing. I kind of like my hacky sacks being like that. Okay. And I don't want to overfill this either, because I want it to have enough room in there to stretch a little bit. So yeah, we gotta test squeeze these things. Is that a nice feeling? Does it need more rice? Going to squeeze some more. I'm gonna give it 2 more handfuls. Well, that was my second. I think I'm gonna call it there, because this one might be a little smaller than the first one, but we'll see. This is like my second experiment. This little guy came out of my first experiment, and I didn't have any internet yesterday, so I couldn't even look up a pattern for like a hacky sack or something, which is what I would imagine this is kind of like. So I had to wing it and like make it up as I went along. And today when the Wi-Fi came back and I was able to look up a pattern, I found out that I did pretty much exactly what I needed to do to make it. So pretty good to me. I mean, I'm satisfied with the result. So I'm excited to see if I can get this guy to look even cuter this time, now that I know a little bit of what I'm doing. Let's see. And I don't really care about the thread that we're using to sew this together, because it's not gonna be seen, really. It's gonna be inside the little crocheted guy. So I'm just gonna use normal black thread and a needle. It's a pretty big needle. I think it's considered an embroidery needle. I just have this like package of needles, and I just took one of the bigger ones out. Oh, another thing I'm using are these little doll eyes. Super easy to get at like a Michael's or a Joann Fabrics, and they're not that expensive. And that's basically just what I did for him. I put the little post through one of the holes that the crochet hook made. And then on the other side, I put in the stopper. So he's got these eyes that are staying in, and they're pretty solid. So I'm going to use that for this guy too. I think they're adorable. And I like this size, although not many come in that, like in one package. So yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say about that. Put some things away, do a little bit of cleaning up. It's good to start with a nice clean area when you're doing crafts. And I'm going to do a really fun stitch. This is one that I totally forgot about for like half of my life. But I recently learned it again. And it has to do with, I think it's called, like straight up called the invisible stitch or something like that. But you use it on like, if you have a hole in your like shirt or pants or something and you just need to reattach it or just like make it look like it never ripped. This is such a great stitch for that. And it's so fun to watch. I don't know if you've ever looked this up, but if you look up magic, I think if you look up magic invisible seam or something, then you can watch these videos of people just pulling everything tight and just watch the thread disappear, and it is so satisfying. I don't know why. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm the only one who finds it satisfying, but, you know, we'll see. We'll see. I also can't do it as smoothly as they can in the videos, so when I pull the thread on my invisible stitch, it's probably not going to look as satisfying as the other ones that I've seen before. And I'm just doing a simple knot, so I don't know if anyone wants me to teach them how to make a simple knot, but I just kind of take the ends of the thread, wrap it around the finger a couple of times, and I just kind of twist it with my fingers. Make a knot, just kind of tangle it. It's pretty basic, and then you just pull it tight. And I usually use my fingernails just to kind of make sure that it's not going to come loose. And then we've just got our little knot. And with this one, I usually start the knot on the inside so that you don't see the knot. Let's see. And then the fun thing about this is that we've got two edges here. So we've got this outside edge and this inside edge, or outside edge, inside edge, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's a circle, so it's all one edge, technically. We're talking about geometry here. But you have to go in the top of one and then out that same top. And then make sure the thread doesn't get into its own knots. So now that we've got that, we're going to go to the other side and do the same kind of thing where it goes through. So this is going to attach these two edges to each other. And then we just keep doing that, alternating sides. And I might need to go back and do an extra few knots on that end because I don't want the rice to fall out there. But for now, we'll just keep going. I'm going to try and make it as close as possible. This rice is tiny. I don't know if you know this. I'm sure you know this. Rice is small, and I don't really want it to come out of any holes. And this will look better once I pull it tight. This isn't tight yet. This is just the starting stitch. And my stitching is never really, like, I'm not going to call my stitching perfect. It's just something I learned, and I know a lot of people don't know how to sew, which is, it's not for everybody. I'm not going to tell everyone to go out and learn how to sew, but it is useful as a skill and, you know, in general. And I tend to really enjoy hand sewing things as well as machine sewing things. So I've been machine sewing lately, and I could have sewn this with the machine, honestly, but I just wanted to do the seam again. It's such a fun seam. Kind of weird, but it is. The string likes to, or the thread likes to get stuck around itself sometimes, so I just kind of untangle it as I go along. And I tend to start all my threads out really long because I don't want to run out. I don't know. So we'll see. You can already see it's kind of getting hidden here when I pull it tight, but when you pull the whole thing tight, all the other ones disappear too, which I really like. We're almost done. Take a look at that. Now I'm probably just going to do an extra like whip stitch around the top because I want to really make sure that it's like sealed. But we're pretty good here. I know, I did so much work to do the invisible stitch and now I'm just straight up ruining all of that, but it's okay. We don't need perfection here. We just need it to work, which is kind of how I approach all my sewing. As long as it works, you're good. Yeah, I've been using my sewing machine lately to alter all of my clothing. So I've had to cut and sew up all of my pants, some of my shirts. I've lost some weight and I don't have enough money to go and purchase a whole new wardrobe, so I'm just taking the time to make all of my clothes smaller, which is, it's kind of fun as a hobby. But sometimes I do just wish I didn't have to do it just because I get tired of having to fix everything. But that's okay. It's interesting to me that the music is super loud in my ears, but I can't change that. Whereas I can change the volume for my viewers, but not for myself. Well, that's pretty good as far as the hacky sack goes. It's a nice texture too. So I'm just going to seal this off and then we're going to start crocheting. This is a super quick project. I really did. I started this guy, I want to say like noon yesterday, and I finished it within a couple of hours. So it didn't take that long. And that was when I was ripping it out and trying to figure out, okay, do I need to do this different way or this? I was just trying to feel it out and see if it was any good as far as patterns go. And I usually, to just do a final knot, I do this a couple of times just to make sure. I kind of wrap the thread around itself this way. And then I pull tight. And I continue to kind of make sure that that knot is good. And sometimes I'll do that a couple of times. I've done it twice now, so I think that's good enough. And we're just going to clip it. So she's done. Also, don't judge. I kind of used my first Junimo as a pin cushion because I didn't want to stab myself by putting the needle somewhere and forgetting where I put it. So he's just, I mean, no harm done. He's just got a needle sticking out of his back. It's nice and squishy. I like these. I like the socks. It's a fun noise. I don't know if you can hear it. I did stab him just a little bit. Not as bad as Caesar, but you know. All right. So I'm just putting this aside now because we're kind of done with that at the moment. And what we have to do is we have to make a slip stitch. So you do that pretty much the same, like a similar way as we just knotted that thread, where we put a loop around our finger, we wrap the string around itself. Yeah, here I am making historic jokes. I'm not gonna get that anywhere else. No, I'm just kidding. I'm really bad at history, so I don't even know. So now we've got the slip knot. And what I like to do is I like to leave this string here. This is going to stick out at the top. So I leave that the size of his antenna, or, you know, a little longer so I can clip it back if I need to. But we've got the slip stitch. And I usually crochet with the string over my index finger, and you're kind of watching it upside down. But I hope that works all right. We're going to wrap the yarn around the hook, pull through, and then we're going to wrap around and pull through again, because only one of these stitches counts. It's kind of hard to see, but we've got 2 stitches there. We're going to go back into the first loop on the hook. So this is the start here. And sometimes it needs a little coercion. Doesn't want to... Sometimes the hook just doesn't want to get in there. Come on, get in there. There we go. Okay. And then pull the string through. It's really, it's harder to see right at the beginning because it is so small. But as we get going, you'll be able to see kind of the difference. And you have to make sure you're not using the shorter string. You have to use the longer string. And now that I've got these 2 loops on my hook, I'm just going to pull through both of them. And that's 1 single crochet stitch. And then we're going back in the same loop. If I can find it. Give me a second. Here we go. Back in that loop, yarn over, pull through, thank you very much. Then yarn over and pull through 2. So now we've got 2 stitches in the same loop. We're aiming for 6 stitches. So this is 3. This is 4. This is 5. Gotta make sure I'm still in the camera. Okay, now this is gonna be our last one, number 6. And see, it's already kind of making a rounded kind of shape here. We're going to get to that. Now we're going to make this circle bigger by going into each stitch that we just made, each one of the 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we're going to do 2 stitches in each one of those. So I'm going to go through here. I think the hardest thing about crocheting is finding the stitches, being able to recognize where the stitches are. But once you get used to it, it's a lot easier. And you can sometimes like just feel it out. So this is going to double the size. So now we started with 6 stitches, and now we're going to have 12 after this. So we're going to put 2 stitches in each one. Here's the second one. Then this is going to be our third. 3. This is the second of the third. Then the 4th here. And 2 in that one. Here's 5. And second and 5. Just gotta get some more yarn here. Well, the yarn fell to the ground, so we're just gonna roll with it. Okay, so that was 2 and 5, so now we've got just 1 left. That'd be this one. So that's 1. And then 2. And now we've got a spiral starting. You can kind of see. This is going to be the top of his head. Very cute. So I do have a pattern up currently, just because I want to just follow something. It was basically what I did yesterday, but just so I can kind of keep track of myself and what I'm doing, I'm just going to make sure I follow some concrete steps here. Okay, so now we did 2 stitches in each, so we've got 12 stitches, and now what we have to do is we have to do 2 stitches in the next stitch and then alternate between doing 1 and 2. So we're going to do 2 in the next. So here we're going in, getting the yarn, bringing it back. Mission accomplished. All right, now I'm doing the second one. So it's 2. And so the next one we're just going to do 1. Just 1. Now we're going on to the next one. This one's going to be 2. And then 1. And this one's going to be 2. So that's 1 of 2, 2 of 2. One. This one's going to be 2. 2. 1. Now the only other hard thing is that figuring out where the one row ended and one row began, because it's not quite a perfect spiral. But as long as you kind of can see what stitches you've done. So I just did 1 in this one, and I did 2 in the last one. So the next one's going to be a 2. You can kind of follow along with yourself pretty easily. That way, if I put this down and come back to do it again later, then I will be able to go back and say, okay, this is where I was, this is what I was doing, which you can't always do with crocheting. I feel like it's, sometimes if you're in the middle of a really difficult pattern, you get lost, and if you don't pay attention the whole time, then it's just like, what do I do? I tend to prefer crocheting projects that I can just do in front of the TV and not have to pay so much attention to. I'm gonna pull right here just a little bit, because I think this is where we started. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so there are 2 stitches in this one. That was our first 2 stitch of the row. So we just got 2 more, it looks like. I just did 1, so the next one's gonna be 2. That's 2. I'm gonna do 1. All right. So now we've done 1. We're gonna do this 5 times. So I am gonna make sure we've got the right number of stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Perfect. Okay, so we've got 18 stitches. And then, oh, okay. Never mind. Now we've got 18. Next we're gonna do okay. Yeah, this makes sense. It's as long as you keep track of where you are, that's where it gets easier, because if you forget where you are, that's when it becomes hard. So I'm just trying to keep myself on the right track, because, you know, my streams are all ADHD. So keeping myself in check is also keeping my stream in check. So the next one, we're doing 2 stitches in the same stitch. 1, 2, and then we're gonna do 1 in the next, and only 1 in the next after that, then 2. That's 1, this is 2. Then I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a lot of counting in crocheting, especially if you're doing something like this in the round. If you're just doing something normally and you're just used to it, I mean, I'll do a blanket or something, and I'll have a certain number of stitches, and I will just be able to go without counting for the longest time because it just looks right. And I'm so used to crocheting at this point that just doing a blanket or something easy, is just like autopilot. So we're gonna keep going. One in that one, and then 2 in the next. Then 1, then another one, and then 2 in the next. We're getting there. Just looking at the chat, it looks like Brian is telling me to stab Caesar. I'm just looking at this. Yes, squishy, stab, LOL, Caesar. Stab Caesar, LOL. It's the thing all the cool kids are doing. That is a historical reference. Please don't go stabbing anyone named Caesar. Thank you. Okay. So we did 2. We're going back. I'm going to do 1. Then another 1. And then 2. I believe we have one more set, so it's going to be 1, 2, and then 2 in this one. And that should be the end of it for this row. I think. So I'm just going to count the stitches real quick just to make sure we've got the right amount. We're supposed to have 24. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Yeah, works for me. So now I'm going to do the same thing, except we're going to do 1 stitch in 3 and then 2 stitches in the final. So we're basically just doing 2 stitches in every like 4, but we increased each time. So this is going to be I think what I want to do is one here, one here, one here, then 2 in the next, one, 2, 3, and then 2 in the next. 1, 2. And now it's just my voice. And I sound really loud. Just to myself. And then the music comes back and we'll be fine. This is 2. This is 3. And 4 is a double. Then we're going 1, 2, 3, and then double in the 4. We're going to do 1, 2, 3. Sorry, crochet is pretty repetitive, but it's also really enjoyable, honestly. Like, I really enjoy it. I don't know if everyone would really enjoy it because it really isn't for everyone. And I can crochet, but I can't knit. So this is what I do instead. All right. 2, 1, 2, 3, and then a double. Let's see. I'm just going to do a quick count of my stitches just to make sure I'm not doing too many. I'm supposed to have 30, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So I technically have 31, but that's perfect timing. So I'm going to count that as my first. And then we're going to do every 5 stitches is going to be 1, or adding 1. It makes sense, I promise. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a double. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Next one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Should we just rename this stream Counting with Anna? Or Counting with Magenta Bean. Because that just seems like what we're doing now. So we did 1, 2, 3, 4. Next one is the double. 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a double. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then double. It's getting bigger. It's a nice start. Let's see, need more yarn, do a little pull there. And I'm just going to do a quick check of my stitches too, because I don't think we're done yet, but I just want to make sure I'm not going over. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, I am actually perfect at the moment. We're at 36. So we're just going to do a single crochet in every single stitch for 6 rounds. So we're going to do, looks like 36 total? No. It's fine. We'll just keep going. Yeah, so we should have 36 each time at the end of each row. Okay. I'm figuring it out. I did this yesterday. I just didn't have a pattern to follow, so I was just kind of winging it. And it really would be helpful if I had like a stitch marker just telling me where the row ends. But, it's kind of how I approach life. Oh well. It's also kind of a nice sound to go in and out of the yarn. So yesterday, I didn't have any Wi-Fi in the house. So we were trying to figure out if our modem wasn't working. So I had to go take it in, and I was left at home without any internet for pretty much the whole day, which is why I got the first Junimo project started and finished and all in one day. But I wanted to do something, so I ended up not streaming, because I couldn't stream because I didn't have Wi-Fi, but I ended up I have the DVD set of Stranger Things that looks like a VHS tape, but you open it up and it's got the CDs in it, the DVDs. So I ended up watching those on DVD, and I did a full like binge watch. I watched the whole first season of Stranger Things while creating the first Junimo. That was my whole day pretty much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. I don't know how I'm doing it, but every time I stop and count, it's exactly where I need to be. So that's one row there. I'm gonna do another one. It's a little quieter doing crocheting on the stream because I have to be counting and paying attention. 10, 11, 12. Oh, there we go. Got a little stuck there for a second. 20. Oh, sorry for keep bumping the microphone. I don't mean to. You can see it's kind of like curling in a little bit. Oh, sorry, I'm yawning. Don't mean to be. Okay. So I think we were at 20. There are like stitch counters and things so that you can make sure you're not just like having to keep track of everything in your head. But if I did that, it would be too easy. And at the same time, I would also absolutely forget to update it, and then I wouldn't know what I'm doing. So, whatever. Either way. Okay. I think I need to do a couple more. I'm going to do a quick count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Again, perfect. Perfect. So this is going to be our third row of single crocheting in every single one. So we're going to go in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Whoops. We still got it. We still got it. We can save it. There we go. I think we're on 18. 19. 20. 21. I gotta make sure I'm in the frame. And I've lost count. I've already forgotten what number I was on, so we're just gonna keep going. So 20 something, I think, but I don't remember which one. Whoops. We got it. We got it. We're good. I keep doing this. But it's okay. The loop is still intact, so I didn't lose anything. I'll just keep going. And I think we're almost there. Just a little bit more. I'm gonna do a quick count and see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Perfect. Perfect. So that was 3. I'm gonna do round number 4. We're trying to do 6 of these. And then each one being 36 stitches. 6 of those, we're on number 4 now. Just repeating what I'm saying so I can remember it. All right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I swear crocheting is just like being able to keep track of numbers and figure out where all the numbers line up. I don't think that makes any sense, what I just said, but those of you who crochet, maybe you understand what I'm talking about. If not, it's just me. I'm cool with that too. I don't mind. Because usually I'm always stuck in my head. This is a wonderful opportunity for me to talk to other people during this pandemic. So it's a lovely opportunity for me to be able to realize what I'm saying might not be, what's the word I'm looking for? Socially acceptable? No, maybe. Not sure. All I know is that I have been alone for way too long, and now I'm making things to keep myself sane. Oh, goodness me. Let's just continue on. Forget that ever happened. We'll move on. Now that I finished season 1 of Stranger Things, though, I'm thinking of watching the second season. Just like a binge watch of it. I've seen the first and second season before. I've also seen them both multiple times. I don't think I ever watched the third season, which I should. I don't know why I haven't. I have no reason. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. I'm loving this. I'm having trouble counting, but I'm still managing to get the right ones every time. Well, maybe it just feels right, and then I stop and check, and it's right. I hope my beanbag isn't too small for this. Either way, it'll be fine. I can always make another one, too. I've got a second sock. I think my third Junimo that I'm going to make is going to be the test of the fluffy yarn. This is pretty easy to see, and the fluffy yarn will not be as easy to see, so that might just be an added difficulty. But we will see. Oh, it's got a little bit of my hair in there. Let's just take that out. Gross. I lost count. I think I was at like 7 or 8 or something. This is just the pattern in my life. Start counting, forget what I was counting. Continue on anyway. If I ever come out with a crocheting book, that's what's going to be in it. Just keep count of your stitches, then forget, then count. You were right all along, then continue, and move on. That's not right. I started going on autopilot there for a second. Oops. I think I started doing a double crochet. Didn't need to do that. This was row 4. One, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. I don't know, man. Okay, we're going to do the 5th row. 5th row. Two, 3, 4, 5, 8. Not as much of a chatty stream today. That's okay. We out here living our best lives during a pandemic. We're trying to live our best lives as best as we can during a pandemic. We got invited to a New Year's Eve party that I will not be able to go to because the pandemic, the numbers are ridiculous, and there's no way that everyone will be safe at this party. So, and why have a party anyway? Not a good idea. Don't have a New Year's Eve party. Like, stay at home with your family, celebrate with them. I've got a little bowl. I like the little bowl look we got going on. I think it's gonna be huge though. This is all gonna be... Oh, I'm glad it's relaxing. Yeah, stupid pandemic. I actually have, I have an expansion pack for a drinking game to play with my friends once the pandemic is over. And I realized after that I don't have the original pack. I have a different drinking game, card game. And I bought the expansion pack for one I don't have. I don't know why. I must have thought I had it, but I gotta figure out what I did there. Of course, I've got time. I'm not gonna be drinking with anyone anytime soon, really. Unfortunately. I don't remember where I was. We're just gonna keep going. I am glad it's relaxing, because I'm afraid it's, like, super boring to watch this. Okay, I'm just gonna do a quick count. Let's see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Perfect. Again. Okay, this is our last round here. So... we're getting there. We're almost halfway there already, if you can believe it. I'm pretty excited about that, actually. This is actually going a lot faster than yesterday's is, probably because I was ripping out so many stitches before and trying to figure out if I was doing the right thing without any internet. Trying to figure out... I didn't have any books or anything with a pattern in it. I just had to figure it out. There's something about the repetitiveness? Repetition? Yeah. Sorry, I'm just working out my own English language. Believe it or not, I'm a native English speaker. Still trying to figure out English in my own head. Right, here comes a knot in the yarn. I'm gonna have to stop and sort that out. Oh, no, sorted it out. We're good. We good. Continuing. My desk is actually kind of perfect for this setup. I can just have my laptop open with the face cam. Actually, I can tilt my face cam down just a little bit. It's a little better. I don't know why. I do these things as they occur to me. And then we continue. Sometimes you just need to get the yarn out of your way. Sometimes it's in your way. Life lessons. Ignore me. Sometimes I just feel like I'm nuts babbling to myself. But if anyone gets enjoyment out of it, I am satisfied. Just watch me make a fool of myself and you'll be fine. You'll have fun. And I should be actually in the frame again. My baddest habit. Language. I mean, not like it's bad language, it's just not correct grammar. I don't know why I'm focused so much on grammar right now. We're just gonna slide past that, keep moving on. As we do. And almost there. It just occurred to me since I'm doing a single crochet, I don't actually know. It's always going to be 36 stitches. So I have no idea how much I've done. I guess the only way to tell is if you've counted how many you've done, but I keep losing track of that, so we'll just keep going. I'm sure it'll be fine. We'll just estimate, you know? See, there's actually no point in counting because I know for a fact that all the stitches around here are 36 and I'm doing one in each stitch, right? So it's gonna have 36 stitches no matter what. I just don't know where I started and where I ended. So that's something. And we are gonna start closing this up now. We're going to start stitching two together, which is a fun process. We're gonna go in one, and then we're going to go in a second one, and then we're just going to pull through all three. That's how we put it together. And we're going to do one in the next 4 stitches. 2, 3, 4. And now we're going to do another stitch 2 together. So we actually go through 2. We have 3 loops on the hook, then we pull through all 3. Just like that. Then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Stitch 2 together. One, 2, 3, 4. Nope. This is going to be the double. The stitch 2 together. Now, the way to tell if I've done this right, I'm just going to see, I can see where I've done the stitch 2 together. Let me see. It's just 2. I should be able to see. It'd be 3, yeah. So I think this is our first one. Second one. Yeah, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we gotta do one more. One, 2, 3, 4. And then the next one, we're stitching 2 together. Yes. Then I think we do 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll leave it there. Now I'm going to do a quick check of the stitches to see how many we've got. Should have 30. Here's hoping. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Pretty good. So now this is the part where we've got like our little bowl here. And then we're gonna put our sock in here. here we go. We get to stuff it in. And I just gotta figure out. We've got a lot of ways to go, so I don't want to put the eyes in just yet because I think we're gonna have, I mean, we're like halfway there. But I want to do a little more before I put the eyes in, I think. Just a little bit. So now that we've got it in here, we're just gonna keep going. We're gonna stitch 2 together. I think the music might have stopped. Let me check and make sure. It did stop. Let's just continue with that. Okay. Stitch 2 together. 1, 2, 3. So I think my thinking was actually off because you have to start with a stitch 2 together, then do 3. So after a while I got confused and was doing the stitch 2 together at the end. It might seem like it's the same. It's a little weird, a little different, but it's fine. So we got 3, 1, then 2, and 3, and now we're going to start the next one with a double or single crochet together. Then we're doing 3, 2, 3, how many did I do here? Okay, actually, just take this out. Oh my gosh, okay. Sorry, just gonna move the microphone a little bit. It just occurred to me that this might actually capture the sound better than what I was doing before. All right, let's see, I did 1, 2, 3, so I have to do I'm actually, because it's closing up a little too quickly, I'm gonna do a couple more rows of just single crochet for a little while. So he's coming together. I wonder if Junimos have names. I was just thinking about naming this little guy something. I was thinking like, I don't know, Little Timothy. Could you imagine? If you're like hanging out with the Junimos in Stardew Valley and then all of a sudden it just introduces itself to you as like, my name's Deep Chris. I don't know, man. I can't even explain my own thought process there. So basically, I'm just gonna keep stitching 1 single crochet in each thing until I get a little farther and it looks like it's gonna fit. This is kind of the winging it that I was talking about. If it doesn't look like it's big enough, I'll just keep going until it does, and then I lose the loop and I have to do it all again. Don't mind me. Okay. So I've been playing Among Us with my brother lately, and his friends, and it really it's got like lying on the front of my brain. Just like I've been thinking about it often lately. Gosh, I'm really bad at speaking today. That would be fine if I weren't speaking for hours at a time to the internet. But I know what my own not tick, but oh my gosh, what's the word? Tell. When you lie, you have a tell. And I know what my tell is. And the worst part about my tell is that when I'm innocent, you know when you go into like a grocery store, no, not a grocery store, you go into any other kind of store, and you walk in and you realize there's nothing there that you actually want. So you have to like walk out, but then you're like, what if they think I walked in, took something, and am stealing it and leaving? And so you start acting like suspicious because you're trying to act normal, and all of a sudden you don't remember how to act normal. Yeah, that's me when I lie. Well, when I tell the truth. So people are like, I saw you, you're kind of sus. And I'm just like, what? Me? No. And they're like, all right, ejector, get her out of here. And then it's like, I am innocent. Whenever I am innocent, I sound so guilty because my brain is like, don't sound guilty, don't sound guilty, don't sound guilty. And that's all I can do. So let's just say I've died a lot in Among Us. Not my fault. Kind of my fault. But I have gotten better at lying since then. That's not really a good thing to brag about, honestly. But I just, basically, you start laughing when you lie. Oh, that's your tell? That's pretty great. I'll keep that in mind for when we play Among Us. If I had a capture card, I'd stream it. I would really love to be able to stream it, but don't have a capture card. Oh my gosh, I keep dropping these loops. Just have to try and get it back on the hook. Get in the hook! What are you doing? Oh my gosh. There we go. Got it. Yeah, I'm not great at Among Us either, until I remember what my tell is, and I try to actually, like, keep myself from doing that. I actually had the longest streak of not being imposter for, oh my gosh, we played 2 days in a row. Both days, I hadn't had a single round as imposter, and we had played, like, over a dozen rounds, probably like 8 a day, and I went through like a streak of like 16 or more games where I was just crewmate every single time. And then I finally got imposter, and they were like, you know, Anna hasn't been imposter like this whole time, maybe she's it now. And I was like, what? I would not, of course not. And I just made a fool of myself, and they're like, all right, let's just try and eject her because it's her time. And I was like, all right, fine. They ejected me. I was the imposter. And they were like, oh, look at that. I don't even think I got to kill anybody. They just were like, had enough of me. But then I did a really good imposter run where I had them accusing each other, not thinking that I was even involved, which was great. And that will live on in my memory as the best playthrough I've ever done. Probably. I'll never live up to that again, for sure. The one... Yeah, I know, right? It's like they know us too well. You get imposter, and then, like, you just get booted immediately. It's like, I didn't even get to be imposter, really. This song is just singing about how I'm broke, but it won't break me, and honestly, I'm feeling it. Will J. Broke. I'm feeling it because I'm broke. So we're getting somewhere. It looks kind of like an egg in a nest at the moment. Just keep going. All right. It gets a little more difficult to crochet when there's a beanbag in the middle. But hey, that's life. Let me just keep going. I also think I have to put the eyes in soon. This kind of gives them more of an apple shape too, now that I'm thinking about it. Just like I decreased a few stitches and now I'm just kind of going around one in each stitch. I'm still reeling over that dumb math I did earlier. I was like, oh, 36 stitches every time. What a weird coincidence. I've been alone for too long. That's all I'm going to say. I'm just going to say that I'm going to blame it for everything. Blame the pandemic for everything, 2020. I'd say I can't wait for it to be over, but I have no idea when that's going to happen. And it really depends on how fast the vaccine gets out and how effective it is and how it's going to be distributed. And I don't want to think about all that right now because I can't imagine that will all go smoothly without a hitch. In America, no way. So I'll just have to be patient and keep making things. Although I did get a cricket, not the bug. I know, I can't believe we're almost done with 2022. I mean, not 2022, but 2020 as well. I'm sure that was obvious to everyone but myself. That's what I meant. But actually, I think we're just about time to start closing this up. Maybe. But yeah, only a few more days to go, and then we can say sayonara to the worst year that we've lived through so far. Let me see. I think it might be time to put his eyes in. I'm gonna squeeze them in there. Grab a couple of these. And then I need these two things. You'd think that they would put 6 in one package. But here I am left with 1 in the package and 2 of these, and it's like, but they're eyes. They're used for doll eyes, like specifically. Why wouldn't you just put an even number in the package? Oh, excuse me. I don't even know what to say about that. Besides, excuse me. I sneezed. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Let's put them in here. So it goes through. And then we just put this. Come on. There we go. I'm just gonna make sure it's nice and tightly secured. And then the next one, let's see. We have to see where it would look good. I think this would be good. Oh, thank you. That is not logical. I forget what is not logical, but I agree. When in doubt, I just agree. It is not a good way to live life, but that's how I live life. Okay. That's probably a good placing for his eyes. I'm just gonna squeeze that in there. There we go. So now he's got eyes. Look at that. Oh, the packaging for the eyes. Yeah, that is not logical. It doesn't make sense. I think we're good to start decreasing stitches again. I'll do one more. I'll do like maybe 2 more rows around if I could keep track, but we know I can't, so I'll just keep going just for a little bit and see how it goes. Because it's not a bad thing to have a little bit of extra room inside for the rice sock to move around in, because I think the only problem with it, if it's too tight, it won't stretch and it won't be like as squishy as you might want it to be. But if you have the extra space, it can be squishy. Oof. This is like the point in the project where I feel like my hands are going to start cramping up because it's getting tricky. Only because I have to work around so much stuff. He's a chubby little Junimo, this guy. I already like him better than the other one I did, though. Don't tell the other one. But it's true. I pick favorites. And this one's already my favorite. Wait, I have no idea what just happened there. Okay, there we go. Suddenly the yarn was not where it was supposed to be. I was also thinking, I don't want Christmas nails for New Year's. And I want the red and green to be gone by then, personally. So I'm probably going to paint my nails again tomorrow, but I might not stream it just because I'm not planning on doing anything fancy with my nails, so probably not worth the stream. I'm just going to be like painting them like a silvery blue probably, and that's it. But I just can't stand going into a new year with red and green Christmas nails. I don't know. Something about it. Here it is. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to start decreasing again. Yeah. So we're going to crochet 2 together. I say as I move to just do a single crochet, but no, I'll keep going. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. Actually, I think it's 2, not 3. I think this is the one I'm supposed to do the double crochet, or the single crochet 2 together. 1. He's so cute. I like when we get to this part and you can just kind of see him coming together. One, 2, and then we're gonna crochet 2 together like that, and then we're going back to 1, 2, then 2 together. Then 2 together. Now I'm going to do a single crochet in each one just to make it a little longer again. I don't want to close it up too soon and not have enough space for the beanbag. That's like the biggest fear for me right now. Because the beanbag needs to fit. That's like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. There we go. All right, here we go. Yeah. Look at that little face, how precious. And we're gonna do some quick legs and arms for him and some cheeks, some rosy cheeks, and then he'll be done. This is definitely going to be the last row where I'm not decreasing, for sure, because I'm sure now that continuing to decrease will absolutely solve our problems. Here we go. We're getting down to it now. Seems like we're in the home stretch. At this point, I'm like winging it so much that I'm like, I don't really think I even need to follow the pattern anymore at this point. I'm probably not. Probably just gonna throw it all out the window and just do what I do. Oh, dropped that loop. There we go. I got it back. Saved it. Okay. So now I'm gonna start decreasing again. And this time we're just going to do every other stitch is going to be a double crochet. Or not a double crochet, but a stitch 2 together. Yeah. And then stitch 2 together. And 1. We're stitching 2 together. Then 1. I honestly can't wait for the day that I can go out dancing again. I've missed that so much. Dancing and drinking with friends. Just being a normal 24-year-old would be ideal. not gonna happen for a while. We're getting there. We're gonna stitch two together. Stitch two together. Yeah, he's just gonna need a couple of squeezes to get him to the right shape. Then I'm going to do the same thing. 1 and 2 together. 1 and 2 together. One. I'm going to stitch 2 together. There we go. Oh, I never finished my sentence earlier. Just remembered. I got a Cricut machine for Christmas. So I've been making stickers, which I'm also looking forward to selling. So I've been designing things and making things, stickers, cards, decorations, that kind of thing. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Oh my gosh. Sorry about that. I don't know why. I'm not even tired and I yawned. That's life for ya. Okay, we're getting close. He's so cute. He's so cute. And drop the loop. Alright, we're good. This one. And this one. Whoops, I dropped everything. Mayday, mayday. We're going down. Ship's crashing. No, we're good. We're fine. Forget that. There we go. Then just one. Okay, so now I have to do a 2 together in each loop. Pull that through, pull this one through, both together. We're getting to the last bits of it now. 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3. One. Check it out. That's it. So what I'm going to do, just to make sure it's extra secure, I'm just going to do a quick crochet No. Okay, so to end this, actually pull it straight, snip the end, let that drop. We tighten this end up. He's still got some squish to him, so that's nice. Our little fella here. It's pretty cute. So we got to put the cheeks in, and I'm going to weave in the bottom string here because I don't want that poking out. And you're really supposed to weave in ends with, like, there's a specific tool that you can use. But I'm like, I can't find mine, and I'm not going to go out and get a new one right now. So this is the best I've got. Just shove it in there. So now that's all woven in. A little lumpy bumpy. I kind of like him. This is his top little antenna. I'm going to just trim a little bit because it feels a little long to me. There we go. We're going to have to do some cheeks. Cheeks and, yeah, we just got to shove it in there. Cheeks and legs. So now I'm going to switch color of the yarn. Okay, now we've got some brown yarn. And what I did for this other guy, for his arms, I did just like a chain, and then I did a single crochet in each. I think if I did just a chain and attached it, it would be pretty good. But this gives it a little bit of a curl, which I kind of like. I don't know. We're just going to go with it. And what I do first with this, and thank you, isn't he cute? I love this little guy. We're going to give him some arms. Right about here, I think. And then I'm just going to secure it. Just by tying an initial knot here. Now that I did that, I realized that that's not what I was supposed to do. So we're going to take that knot out. I am not on my best game today. I don't know what's going on in my brain, but it is not here. It is on vacation. Good thing I've got these like tweezer-like nails where I can just go in and pick the yarn apart. I say that and then it just doesn't work the way I want it to. There we go. Got it. I think the one is good. Because basically we need to do another slip stitch. Just tightening that. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where did I place his arm? His arms are going to be a little lower. 6. So now he's just got a little chain for an arm. I'm just trying to think if I want to end it like this, or it's just a little chain, or if I want to go back and do like a single crochet like this. It makes it double as wide. So I'm undecided. I don't know. No, I'm going to do a single crochet just because I know what that ends up like. I know what to expect. It's a safe bet. And then I drop everything. Oh, we're good. Then again, I could just give him like a little hand. Just like do a slip. No, it's fine. Figure that out another time. And just one final securing stitch here. And then I just have to trim this. I've got one arm. Now what I like to do is I like to tie these two strings together just for some extra security. I don't want his arm just unwinding. And then I put it around the other side. I secure it on this side. Look at that. So now I'm also going to clip off the extras, the little extra strings here. I mean, we usually weave them in, but that would take so much time for me right now. So we're just going to leave it like that. Now he's got an arm. I'm going to do another arm. So I want to make sure this is even. I think it would be about here. No, here. That looks better. Looks about right to me. Oh, it's stuck to my nail. Okay. We've got that. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, he's gonna come out good. I like this guy already. What? We're getting there. almost. His arm's getting in the way of me finishing his arm. Annoying and a little ironic. I feel like that could be like a review about me. Annoying, a little ironic. We're just gonna seal this, secure it, not really seal it. Just don't want his arms falling off. And who would want that? I didn't actually know that. Almost. Here we go. One more. Okay, and we're just gonna clip these. He's got armpit hair now, just a little bit. He's okay. He's happy with it. Look at him, this little guy. He's gotta give him little legs. It's basically the same as the arms, really. I'm gonna put the legs just a little bit farther back. Maybe. Yeah. And we tie that off. Nice and tight. I'm going to do a few less stitches for the legs. Go back in. The legs are really quick as far as anything else goes. And we secure the ends. All right. We got a little leg. One of these days I want to do, I don't know, I just want to learn how to do various knots. I was just thinking about how this is a square knot and how there are a bunch of other kinds of knots that you can do. And I thought it would just kind of be cool to be able to do other kinds of knots. I just need another leg. Okay. Yeah. There we go. simple knot. Okay. Almost done. Now the cheeks are actually kind of hard because essentially they're being embroidered on the front. And I only have my hook to do that with, and it's not easy. It'd be easier with like an actual needle, but it's just straight up yarn. So we'll do our best. Clip. I'm so excited to play Stardew Valley again this week. I think it'll be on the 1st of January. It would be the Friday, I think. I'm gonna adjust this a little bit. There we go. Tiny little Junimo legs. There we go. I don't think I'm going to put a little mouth on this one, but I am going to try and put some cheeks on it. I'm just trying to put the thread somewhere else. Look at this cutie. He's got his little thing. So cute. I'm just going to take a little bit of red. And I don't want to do too much. So I'm just going to do 2 the same length. Okay, and now his cheeks. I'm having yarn troubles. Thank you. I'm really enjoying how they're coming out so far, and I'm looking forward to making more if anyone's interested. I don't have to necessarily make them on stream either, but I do like how they're coming out. I think that's a good spot for his little cheeks. He's moving around a lot. You love him. You would die for this, Junimo. I love your conviction. If you want him, let me know. I will give you this Junimo. That rhymed and I didn't even mean it to, but hey, you get what you get, you know? I'm just gonna tuck in the end. Maybe. I think I have to hook it through. And then just keep it in there. So now, if the yarn would stop getting stuck to my nails, that would be great. Okay, where did it go? Here we go. This red yarn doesn't want to cooperate today, apparently. There we go. I'm just gonna give him a couple of little cute lines for his cheeks. I'm thinking of like the anime blush. OMG commission? Yeah, absolutely. Every single one of my art streams is going to be like, if you like it, let me know. I will sell him to you or whatever I make. Or I will make another one for you if you want. I'm all about that. I think we're going to do one more little anime cheek. If we can get this. Nope, I don't like it. Let's just take that out. If we can, we should be able to. Come on. I'm just gonna have to use my nails. There we go. So I think I'm actually just gonna go in, double down on the here we go. Oh, I pulled the thread out. My bad. Oh, yeah. I would absolutely make these if you want them as gifts for cousins. I actually really like this little cheek. Ooh. He's getting feisty, this one. He is like running all over the place. I'm just gonna hide this one inside. There we go. Once again, we're just shoving it in there. And then I'm just gonna clip that. And then I'm gonna pull it through this way. There we go. Oh, he's got a cute little cheek. Little blush. I'm gonna give him one on the other side. Okay, let me see here. How do I want to do this? I think the placement would work best here. Yeah. And I think we'll tuck in the ends right at the very end. For now, we'll just leave them out. There we go. All right. Next. And then I have to question whether or not I can do one more. But I think I have to just do this again. Oh yeah, this is gonna be so cute. This is working. It's a bit too far up. Need it to be Oh, I lost it. Where is he? Okay. There we go. Saved it. I just have to tie it off without him making too much of a fuss, which is not happening easily. There we go. Oh yeah, I like it so much better without the little mouth. This is looking super cute. Okay. We're just gonna weave in the last end. There he is. Oh my gosh, guys. Look at our little Junimo buddy. He is so cute. With his little blush. I love him. He's so cute. And that's pretty quick. We've only been streaming for what? 2 hours? So that's not bad. That's like from start to finish, 2 hours, this little guy. So if you like him, if you want one of your own, send me a private message. I will absolutely make more, send them to people. I'd probably sell them for $7, probably. I think that would cover about the yarn costs and everything. So let me know if you're interested. And I would absolutely love to make more of these little guys. Variety of colors. I should also ask for color requests for little Junimos, but this is going to be our little guy for our stream. He's so cute. And that's going to be it for today. Not going to stream tomorrow. And then Wednesday, the 30th, I'm doing another Morrowind stream. And then Friday, yeah, the 1st, I should be doing another Stardew Valley stream. So chime in for that one, or check in for that one. I don't know what the right word is, but you know what? Join me for that on Friday if you want to see some Stardew Valley stuff. I'll probably have him sitting there with me on that stream. And I think that's it. I think that's all we got today. So thank you so much for joining me. So glad you like my little pal here. He's a cutie. And I'll see you next time. Bye!